I used to be overweight, chubby, fat, whatever you want to call it. Safe to say, I did not miss too many meals. And every time I tried to lose my weight, I would fail. I was stuck in a constant cycle of stress eating, crash diets, and frustration. And it felt impossible to break until I hit my breaking point. Through my own research and through my own trial and error, I found out what works. I lost the weight, kept it off for 6 years, and now I help others do the same. So in today's video, I'm gonna give you my top fat loss tips that changed my life and how to maintain a lean physique long term. My first tip is that protein is king. Most people think starving themselves is the key to weight loss, but that is the fastest way to fail. Crash diets only lead to burnout, and depriving yourself of foods that you enjoy only will lead to you quitting. Instead, focus on protein. It keeps you full, it helps you build muscle, and it makes fat loss easier. So find lean protein sources that you enjoy. Things like eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or any lean meat of your choice. Because more muscle equals easier fat loss. Don't fear the scale. Muscle equals a healthier metabolism. The next tip I have is the easiest way to burn extra calories. NEAT is the secret fat loss tip nobody talks about. It's all about movement that you do that isn't exercise, like walking, fidgeting, pacing. You can easily burn an extra 100 to 200 calories a day just by adding little things into your routine. For an example, when I would wake up in the mornings, first thing I would do is brush my teeth. So while I was brushing my teeth, I would simply pace back and forth. Then, when I would cook my breakfast, instead of just standing there, I would move around. And then after I ate, I would go for a morning walk. And easily, with the first hour and a half in my day, I'm already way ahead of what I used to be. So, find small ways to move more. Tip number 3 is strength training. One of the biggest misconceptions is that cardio is the key to weight loss. Yes, cardio helps and is important for your heart health, but strength training is what keeps the weight off and helps reshape your body. I've trained clients of all ages, and everyone benefits from strength training. A couple things to keep in mind is that you always want to train with progressive overload, whether it's adding a couple more reps, a little bit more weight, or progressing form. Not only does muscle make you more confident, it makes you more resilient, and it helps you burn more calories. But don't skip cardio. Trust me, I always want to skip cardio. Just find something you can easily add in at the end of your session to just help your strength training even more. If you take those 3 steps alone, strength training, more protein, and moving more, you will feel like you have superpowers. Tip number 4 is tracking your calories. This is a must for weight loss. Fat loss comes down to one simple formula: energy in, energy out. So to lose weight, you have to be in a deficit. You have to be burning more calories than you're consuming. But if you don't track what you're eating, you're just guessing. Now, I'm not saying you have to track calories for the rest of your life. I certainly don't. But when you start out, it's good to help build awareness. Track for the first month, 2, 3, however long it may take for you to get a good understanding of how many calories you need to consume on a daily basis. It will be a powerful tool to help teach you portion control and awareness. So use a simple calorie tracking app, something like MyFitnessPal, MyNetDiary. I'll link the one I used down in the description. And you want to aim for a 500 calorie deficit every day. This will ensure most of the weight you're losing is fat, not muscle. And the bottom line is, if you're not in a deficit, you won't lose fat. It's that simple. And with all that said, if you plan to do this for the long term, you have to make it enjoyable. You have to get creative. Eating is the hardest part for most people, including me. I used to love fast food. and I still do. But I had to find better ways to eat food that I enjoy. Almost everything now has a low calorie option. Find meals that you actually like that fit your goals. For me, I love French toast. So when I was losing my weight, I found an anabolic recipe for French toast. It was 500 calories and 50 grams of protein. Now it's not the same as IHOP, but it works. And after a while of eating a bro diet of chicken and rice, I ended up hating chicken. So I swapped chicken for lean 93.7 ground beef. So just find 3 to 5 staple meals that work for you. You don't need to eat like a bodybuilder. Just stick to what works for you. Tip number 6 is tricking your mind. This is the real challenge. One of the hardest parts about change is that you have to believe that it's possible. And at first, that is the hardest thing to do. If you've tried everything and failed, like I did, it is easy to doubt yourself. So fake it until you make it. Because the more you believe in what you're doing, the more effort you'll put in. And there's also ways to make this easier on yourself. You could do that by removing and adding barriers. First off, remove barriers to your good habits. Make it easy for you to succeed. Whether it's going to the gym, going for a walk, make it as easy as possible to do those things so you won't find excuses. Secondly, put barriers up to your bad habits. A bad habit of mine was always going into the snack cabinet and grabbing some chips. So what did I do? I got rid of the chips. I quit buying chips. And all of a sudden, I wouldn't eat them. If the junk food isn't in the house, you won't eat it. So start small and build momentum. Because losing weight was the first time I ever felt in control of my life. And that confidence shifted everything. Losing weight was one of the best experiences of my life. Not just because I looked different, but because I finally had control. Your transformation is bigger than weight loss. It's proving to yourself that you can do hard things. No matter where you're starting, change is possible if you believe it. If you found these tips helpful in any way, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and if you have any other further questions, drop them down in the comments below. And on February 28th, I'm launching the Stronger You Blueprint. It's a full step-by-step system built for reclaiming your health. If you want to accelerate your results, you can get the first module for completely free right now in the description. And remember, be the change you want to see.